just want the bag. Like a Nike check, all I know is flex. Bust the defense open, running through some. I don't know no plays on the field, I just free for 'em. Caught it with the left, but I'm better with my right arm. When they call blitz, hit stick, don't mean no harm. Oh no.
Coming up from the Mile High City, the Broncos play host to the Jets. Denver's looking for win number 7 in their last 9 games against New York. It's week 3 in the NFL. Next on EA Sports.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. A nice little gift there to start the ball game as they will begin things at the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Here's Gordon. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The numbers a week ago from Melvin Gordon. 18 carries, 89 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Bridgewater buying time to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. This defense for the Broncos, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Jones sliding out of the pocket. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Not sure I agreed with the decision to go for it, but I definitely agreed with his decision to run it. He picked up that big first down. I think he let his head coach off the hook.
That's what I was just going to say. If there's anybody more happy than the quarterback picking it up, it's the coach that saw him pick it up. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On the option right, it's Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. He'll buy some time right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's Taylor.
What a play.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 5. A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Touchdown! DK Metcalf, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A try here for the extra point. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And unfortunately, in 2020, in the season opener, Cortland Sutton tore his ACL. But remember, over 1,100 yards in 2019, his future is still awfully bright.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He's got his 6'5" receiver, that's Tim Patrick. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find it at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second fast.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, 28 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is up to 8. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Jones, flush to his right, and he fires one incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. On second down now, it's Gordon. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And McManus able to put it through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. They got the interception, but very little movement after. That forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Looking to pick up some steam, generate some steam right now. Down on the scoreboard and struggling a bit.
And sometimes you have to find it from places you don't ordinarily get it. Not necessarily just going back and throwing the football. Maybe use your legs a little bit. Maybe rely on some teammates, get the ball in their hands. Anything to try and generate a spark. But bottom line, he has to play a lot better.
Yeah, he does. He's got the 2 INTs and the 1 touchdown pass so far. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They give to Taylor out of the gun. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. From the gun, Jones escaping the pressure right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones eluding the pressure right. And he will find his man Ruggs. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Henry Ruggs. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll let Taylor try and run. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Teddy Bridgewater and the Broncos ready to go on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. Bridgewater now for Gordon on the draw. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Bridgewater. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. Bridgewater now. On the slant, completes to Sutton. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Bridgewater on first down. Incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
They'll throw again. Bridgewater. This is Hamler on the receiving end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
That's complete. Okuebuna. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Jones throwing on first down, forced out to his left. So we're at halftime, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. First down and much more here for Jones. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
A second pin has fallen.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From just shy of midfield, Jones flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb continues to round into form. Remember, he had knee surgery in 2019 and followed that up with 8 sacks in 2020, continuing to ascend in the NFL.
Now Jones on third down. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They're going to try and throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 20-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup. He'll be left with 3rd and 1. Now a give to Taylor. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. He's at the 50. The 30, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get it behind the line twice in a row.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Jones now to throw on third down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll try and throw for it here.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he will have the Broncos first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And he goes backwards here. Losing yardage back to the 16.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will make this now an 18-point ball game.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
Well, get this out wide to Metcalf.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. From just shy of midfield, Jones. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 37. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Got an open man. It's Ruggs.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. That catch good for only a couple. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
The Jets on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. 2nd down and goal. Jones got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion. Caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 17.
And the Jets are right back in this football game.
Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Flush to his right.
And he'll find Ruggs on the right side.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. On 1st down, Taylor, a giant hole up the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here's a sneak with Jones. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Jets have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
This time, the extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, he picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line is really hunkered down and established themselves.
This is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Bridgewater. He's got his tight end fan. Still going. The 40. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant. 70 yards. And the Broncos use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Jets.
That's where you belong.
DK Metcalf. His third touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver's offense ready to go again. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Bridgewater to throw. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Well, you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3-and-out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they will take a knee here.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. Down to a knee goes Bridgewater, and that ought to do it. So with that knee, 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
But, Charles, we saw a comeback bid fall just a little short, but give them credit, they were able to hold on, withstand that comeback, and ultimately win it by the slim margin.
And bottom line, when it's all said and done, they don't ask you how much you won by. They just want to know, did you win? And that they did.
So for Denver, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be at